Mandaru. The mandaru, whose scientific name is Cereus jamakaru, is one of those cacti that command respect. It is native to the Brazilian semi-arid region, especially the Caatinga, and it's impossible not to be impressed when seeing an adult specimen up close. It grows upright, with columns that can exceed 6 meters in height, and when it finds favorable conditions, it develops lateral branches that give it the appearance of a candelabra tree. The stem is blue-green, with well-defined ribs and yellowish spines that require caution. One of the most beautiful things about the mandaru is its flowering. Its flowers are large and white, and they open at night, giving off an intense fragrance that attracts moths and bats. By dawn, they are already wilting. It's a fleeting spectacle, but an unforgettable one. Then come the fruits, red on the outside and white on the inside, edible and quite prized in the Northeast. It is a symbol of resilience, a plant that has turned drought into an ally. It is one of the noblest cacti in existence, because it not only survives but thrives and nourishes those living around it. Turk's cap cactus. The Turk's cap cactus, known scientifically as Melocactus centenari, is a cactus that draws attention for its unmistakable appearance. Imagine a green ball, flattened at the top, covered in spines, and crowned by a cylindrical structure from which small, pinkish flowers emerge. This structure at the top is called a cephalium and is a distinctive characteristic of the genus Melocactus. It is there that the flowers are born and, later, the fruits, which resemble small red horns. The Turk's cap cactus is native to the Brazilian Caatinga and Cerrado, growing in rocky, dry soils. It does not reach great dimensions, generally staying between 10 and 20 centimeters tall, but it makes up for its size with its uniqueness. An interesting curiosity is that once the cephalium is formed, the plant stops growing in diameter and begins to invest all its energy in reproduction. For those who cultivate it, it is a species that requires patience, full sun, and moderate watering. Personally, I consider the Turk's cap cactus one of the most charming cacti in existence because it proves that size doesn't matter when it comes to beauty and originality. Blue cactus. The blue cactus, or Pilosacarius pachysclatus, is one of those that makes any collector stop and admire it. As the name suggests, it has a silvery blue tone on its stem that, under strong light, takes on an almost metallic appearance. It is native to Brazil, especially regions of Caatinga and Cerrado, and it grows in a columnar form, capable of reaching several meters in height under ideal conditions. The branches are upright, with well-defined ribs and areoles covered by golden spines that contrast with the blue of the plant's body. When it blooms, it produces tubular flowers, generally white or slightly greenish, that open at night. The fruits are globular, pink to purple in color, and attract birds. What makes the blue cactus so special is precisely this unusual coloring. In a small pot, it already draws attention. In a cactus garden, it steals the show. It's worth remembering that, despite its delicate appearance, it is hardy and adapts well to hot, dry climates. Frankly, I think the blue cactus is underrated. Many people don't know it, but when they see it, they are impressed. It's one of those cacti that deserves to be in many more collections. Peanut cactus. The peanut cactus, whose scientific name is Echinopsis commissarius, is a small, low-growing, and incredibly likable cactus. It gets this common name because its elongated segments, covered in small white spines, vaguely resemble peanuts arranged side by side. It is native to Argentina and has become one of the most popular cacti for growing in pots, precisely because it is easy to care for and multiplies quickly. In a short time, a single specimen can form a dense column of segments that spills over the pot. The great reward for those who cultivate the peanut cactus comes in spring and summer, when it produces red or orange flowers, relatively large compared to the size of the plant. The flowers open during the day and don't last long, but the volume of flowering makes up for it. For those just starting out in the world of cacti, this is a choice that rarely disappoints. Personally, I think the peanut cactus is the beginner's best friend. It is practically impossible to kill, grows fast, and blooms abundantly. If you want to start with cacti but are afraid of failing, start with this one. Moon cactus. The moon cactus, known as Myrtillocactus geometricans, is a cactus with a striking presence. It has a tree-like form, with a main trunk and branches that, seen from afar, resemble the limbs of a skeletal tree. The name moon cactus refers to the silvery blue tone of its stem, which takes on a special glow under nighttime light. It is native to Mexico and grows in semi-arid regions, easily reaching 2 to 3 meters in height. The ribs are well defined, and the spines, although present, are relatively short. A curious feature is that it produces small white flowers and, later, small dark fruits, similar to blueberries, which are edible and quite widely consumed in some regions of Mexico. In cultivation, the moon cactus is appreciated both as an ornamental plant and as a rootstock for grafting other cactus species, due to its vigorous growth and ease of adaptation. In my opinion, the moon cactus is one of the most versatile cacti in existence. You can grow it as a main plant or use it to propagate other species. It's an investment that pays off on multiple fronts. The fairy castle cactus. The fairy castle cactus, whose scientific name is Astrophytum myriostigma, is one of the most elegant cacti in existence. It has a globular shape, generally with 5 well-defined ribs, and is entirely covered by small white tufts called trichomes, which give it a silvery, almost ethereal appearance. It is native to Mexico, more specifically to the highlands, where it grows in limestone and rocky soils. One of the most curious things about the fairy castle cactus is that it has almost no spines. Instead of defending itself with spines, it camouflages itself among the stones and rocks, blending in with its surroundings. Its flowers are yellow, with a slightly reddish center, and they emerge at the top of the plant during the warmer months. For collectors, it is a beloved species. Each specimen has a slightly different configuration of ribs and trichomes, which means no two are exactly alike. Honestly, I think the fairy castle cactus is a living work of art. The way it camouflages itself, the delicacy of the trichomes, the uniqueness of each individual. It's the kind of plant that makes you question whether nature really doesn't have an aesthetic sense. Ladyfinger cactus. The ladyfinger cactus, known as Mammillaria elongata, is a small, cylindrical cactus that grows in dense clusters, forming mounds that resemble fingers emerging from the earth. It is native to Mexico and adapts very well to home cultivation. Its stems are covered with white, golden, or coppery spines, depending on the variety. And this spiny covering is so dense that it often almost completely hides the green body of the plant. When it flowers, the ladyfinger cactus produces small, crown-shaped flowers, generally pink, red, or yellow, which concentrate at the top of the segments. The visual effect is charming, as if each finger were given a colorful tiara. It is a cactus that multiplies easily, forming colonies that can fill an entire pot in just a few years. For those who like compact and flowering cacti, this is one of the best options available. My opinion is that the ladyfinger cactus is perfect for those who want visual density without taking up much space. A single pot can turn into a forest in just a few years, and the flowering is so abundant that it seems like each finger is celebrating something. Saguaro. The saguaro, whose scientific name is Carnegie gigantea, is probably the most iconic cactus in the world. If you've ever seen a movie or a photo of the Arizona desert, you've probably seen a saguaro. It is native to the Sonoran Desert, between the United States and Mexico, and it is a giant among cacti. It can exceed 15 meters in height and live for more than 150 years. Its growth is slow, very slow. A 10-year-old saguaro may be only a few centimeters tall. Only around 50 to 70 years of age does it begin to develop its characteristic arms, the ones that give it the unmistakable silhouette of a desert candelabra. The stem is green, with deep ribs that expand and contract as the plant stores or consumes water. A well-hydrated saguaro can weigh tons. Its flowers are white, large, and nocturnal, and they are the official flower of the state of Arizona. The fruits are red, sweet, and traditionally harvested by the region's indigenous peoples. The saguaro is, for me, the ultimate symbol of the majesty of cacti. There is something profoundly humbling about standing before an adult saguaro, knowing that it began as a tiny seed and took more than half a century to reach that size. It is a living lesson in patience and persistence. Hedgehog cactus. The hedgehog cactus, belonging to the genus Echinocactus, is a globular, robust cactus that truly resembles a spiny hedgehog. The best-known species is Echinocactus grusoni, popularly called the gold bank or golden ball. It is native to Mexico, although today it is rare in its natural habitat due to environmental degradation. In cultivation, however, it is extremely popular. The hedgehog cactus has an almost spherical shape, with well-defined ribs and areoles densely covered by golden spines that shine in the sun. In young specimens, the color is yellowish-green. In adults, it can reach more than a meter in diameter. The flowers emerge at the top, forming a crown of yellow flowers during the summer. It is a slow-growing plant, which means that a large specimen is also an old specimen. Owning an adult hedgehog cactus is like having a living sculpture, golden and silent, that ages with you. Personally, I think the hedgehog cactus is one of the noblest cacti to collect. It's not easy, it doesn't grow fast, but when you manage to get a large, healthy specimen, you feel like you've achieved something real. It's a cactus that commands respect. Prickly pear cactus. The prickly pear cactus, known scientifically as Opuntia leucotricha, is a cactus of the genus Opuntia, the same one as the forage palm. But the prickly pear cactus has its own characteristics that make it special. It is native to Mexico and stands out for its flattened segments, called cladodes, which are covered with long, white, silky spines that give the plant an almost silvery appearance. In natural conditions, it grows in a tree-like form, capable of reaching 3 to 4 meters in height, with a well-defined woody trunk. The flowers are yellow, large, and showy, emerging along the edges of the segments. The fruits are edible, sweet, and known in some regions as tuna. A curious fact about the prickly pear cactus is that when touched, the spines can detach easily, which is why handling requires gloves and a great deal of care. Despite this, its appearance is unique and worth the effort for those who appreciate cacti with personality. In my opinion, the prickly pear cactus is a cactus that deserves to be cultivated more in gardens. It is large, imposing, produces fruit, and has a look that no other cactus can replicate. The only problem is that it requires space and care, but for those who have that, it's an investment worth every spine. And so we come to the end of this journey through the world of extraordinary cacti. 10 species, 10 stories, 10 different ways of thriving where life seems improbable. If you've made it this far, it means you truly love plants. And for that reason, I want to leave a special message. The world of cacti is vast, fascinating, and there is always something new to discover. If this video inspired you to learn more about these incredible plants, leave a like, comment on which cactus impressed you the most, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. Because here on the channel, we cultivate knowledge and a passion for plants. Until next time.